Hello Internet, I'm the Disney Brain, and boy has it been a while since we've talked about this show. With the premiere of Season 3 just a week away, it's as good a time as any to take stock of where we are, where we've been, and a little bit of focus on where we might be going later on. Some of you suggested a few things, and I've got some topics that I felt necessary to bring up, but leave your own thoughts down below in the comments if I didn't get to something that you wanted covered. With all that said, let's jump back into Girl Meets World. There's a fundamental difference that exists between Season 1 and Season 2, that being that Season 1 didn't take itself nearly as seriously, just relatively speaking, and episodes like Girl Meets Game Night and Girl Meets Brother are in there purely for fun. Season 2 starts off with arguably one of the best episodes on the show so far in Girl Meets Gravity, and doesn't take its foot off the gas very often. It's because of this mentality that most of the best episodes come from Season 2, but also some of the worst during the rare instances where the topic is handled poorly. Let's get the negativity out of our systems now. Girl Meets Communism is a bad episode, and several times worse than my review of it would imply, with the benefit of having all this time since then to think about why it failed. Regardless of your political leanings or preference, there's no question that the topic of communism was addressed poorly, in a narrative that was also handled poorly from the scope of an episode that already felt out of place because it premiered at a time that didn't line up with its filming. It sucks that a show this good at avoiding mistakes had to take such a major misstep, especially since they didn't even have the balls to name their episode Girl Meets Communism, which shows you exactly how much confidence they had in addressing their chosen topic. But hey, that's the past, and they made up for it in a big way the following week with the Girl Meets Pay window. Since a lot of you have made comments on the top 10 best episode list about what the list would look like if it had been updated to include every episode from Season 2, here's the basic lowdown on that. Girl Meets Bay Window would have been number 2, but a definite argument could be made to place it at the top spot. It's a captivating, engrossing, and breathtakingly beautiful episode in all facets and absolutely delivers some of the show's best moments, in a setup that proves having great characters is the only catalyst you really need for a great episode. But I would still give the slightest of edges to Rileytown for reasons we're all very well versed on. It's powerful, well-designed, and intelligently creates a faceless, nameless bully that functions several times better than your average everyday mean girl would have. These two episodes, alongside Girl Meets Farkle, are essentially flawless in execution, and they would easily be the top 3. Additionally, Girl Meets Muddy would make the list somewhere for the great moments with Farkle, but more so Maya, as she continues to prove to be the leading starlet on this series, with the talent and acting chops to back it up. This show has been building up a particular relationship for a while now, and not the relationship everyone is overly obsessed with arguing about. The relationship between Maya and Sean is a complicated one that has taken its time and has yet to address the obvious question of where Sean will eventually end up as a fixture in Maya's life. Girl Meets Hurricane was the last episode to address this fully, so it stands to reason that once Sean makes his return in Season 3 more than likely, things on that end will continue to develop. I don't anticipate a direct confrontation between Sean and Kermit ever happening, even though there would be a number of ways to make such a situation interesting, only because I really don't see a situation where Kermit returns. This season is nothing if not a character-driven one, for better and for worse. Season 2 introduces us to both Zay Babineau and Charlie Gardner, two characters who couldn't be more opposite in terms of general fan acceptance. While Zay starts off as more of a derivative character than a real one, he slowly improves and finds a way to positively contribute to the episodes he's a part of. Charlie, on the other hand, isn't given the same kind of development, as he's treated like a normal guy at the start, and then quickly devolves into creeper status once Girl Meets New Year's rolls around. It'll be interesting to see what's next for him, and what possible changes they'll make to his character, with Riley having firmly rejected his advances. He has the potential to become a better character, and perhaps without being defined by his Riley obsession, we'll finally see a side of him that we the audience can connect to, assuming of course that you haven't already connected with him. Guys, this is Disney Channel we're talking about, a network that cannot get out of its own way most of the time in terms of stereotyping its characters, but Smackle is a wonderful exception to all of that. In my top 10 best Disney Channel characters video, I called her the best developed side character in any Disney show, and I stand firmly by that statement. Her character isn't just there, she makes an impact with every episode she's in, and there is no character quite like her, and it's clear that the minds behind Girl Meets World knew exactly what they were doing when they decided to give her a pivotal role in the show. I still wish she could have made an appearance in Girl Meets STEM, because that would have provided some much needed perspective to an episode that could have so easily been great. But in any case, I'm most looking forward to seeing where she goes from here, since it's been a long time since she's appeared in an episode. Sticking in the realm of characters, Season 2 gives us some incredible arcs for everyone in the main quartet of friends. Even Lucas, the least developed of the four, has Girl Meets the Meaning of Life to help give his character some context, and Girl Meets Texas to finally allow him to overcome something. But, since it's me, you guys know I can't go this long talking about Girl Meets World without bringing up the man himself. Farkle has some of his best and most continual moments of pure change and growth throughout the course of this season, and he really looks and acts nothing like the quirky, high-energy, bowl-cutted lovesick dictator that defined his character early on. The way the show patiently allows him to ascend from boy to young man is probably one of the best and one of the most subtle things they've ever accomplished. Riley as a character hasn't gone through too many personality changes, at least not ones that lasted more than one episode, but she has gone through her own intense personal complications with identity and struggling with knowing what to do and how to do it. This season gave her the chance to be a bit more decisive in her actions for better and for worse, and to be more than the smiley, happy-go-lucky girl who always wants to help people. But the real MVP of this season is Sabrina Carpenter, who proved through the good times, the bad times, and even the normal times that she is a powerhouse actress who had her best moments as a character and as an actor in this season. Girl Meets Money is a great episode on that end, but it really comes throughout the entirety of the season. Even in the less memorable episodes, she's always providing an engaging character that so many fans of the show see a lot of themselves in. With Season 2 in the books and Season 3 just days away, pondering on the future is the natural inclination. For one thing, it'll be interesting to see how Luke Benward and Ashley Argota function in the world of high school, and, more importantly, what kind of advanced and mature topics the show will dive into. I'd prefer it if Disney Channel avoided giving any ammo to freeform sensationalists who think Girl Meets World should be moved there, so it's in Disney's best interest to not hamstring the potential of this upcoming season, a season that has the potential to be the best one yet. If the rumors are true, Season 3 will be tackling some very heavy coming-of-age topics, and if Disney Channel is somehow okay with this, then they'd better be okay with that, because I don't want Season 3 ending thinking about how good it could have been on some other network. All in all, Season 2 is an incredible season with a few obvious low points but some truly spectacular high points. This season is what convinced me, and likely convinced many of us, that this show isn't just here to stay, or that it's the best modern Disney Channel show by many, many miles, or even that this show is a great one. No, I think the biggest thing that this season did is convince me and a great many of us that this show is special. The kind of programming that can make us laugh, make us cry, and all the while have us fully invested in the characters and the trials and tribulations that they go through. Here's hoping that Season 3 will continue to push the envelope on programming, and continue to take chances, make mistakes, get messy if needs be, all for the sake of a better, smarter show. So, my friends, with all that said, get excited for the June 3rd premiere as we all take on the world together again. Oh yeah, one more thing. No, Girl Meets Fish is not a particularly important episode, but there are way worse episodes out there that are way more deserving of the backlash this episode inexplicably gets. So let's just put the fish behind us. Alright? Alright. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and throw down a like, sub for more, and share it all over social media. And don't forget to follow the Disney Brain on Facebook and Twitter for updates. Links down below. The coming days will bring with it the Boy Meets World Season 2 review, which hopefully you'll all enjoy as much as the Season 1 review, as well as jumping back into the water for the Teen Beach 2 DCOM review. That might come either before or after the Girl Meets High School review a week from now, so plenty to look forward to. Until then...
Maya, you asked me for advice, and I just told you how I was feeling. Why are you crying?
'Cause no one's ever cared enough to say that to me.
Well, now, I would take exception to that. But, wow, I like where this is going.